Hello, in this video, let us discuss factoring trinomials in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. Say we have to factor the following quadratic trinomial: 5x squared minus 17x plus 6. This time, our leading coefficient is not 1. So, this resembles the pattern ax squared plus bx plus c, right? A, which is the leading coefficient, is equal to 5. So A is equal to 5, while C, the constant term, is equal to 6. Now, let's get the product. A times C is equal to 5 times 6. And 5 times 6 is 30. Now, we need this 30. Let us write down all of the factors of 30. 5 times 6, negative 5 times negative 6, 15 times 2, negative 15 times negative 2. And among these factors, which of them has a sum of negative 17? That is negative 15 and negative 2. Now, what is the next step? Okay, here's the next step. Let us rewrite 5x squared, and then instead of negative 17x, we will replace it with negative 15x minus 2x. All right? So we have negative 15x minus 2x, and then the remaining plus 6. And then we will factor by grouping. What do I mean? We will group these terms, and then we will group these terms. And each group, we will take out the GCF, or the greatest common factor. The GCF of the first group is 5x. So let's take out 5x. 5x squared divided by 5x is simply x. Negative 15x divided by 5x is 3. So positive, rather negative 3. Negative 3. And then for the second group, let's take out the common factor, or the greatest common factor, negative 2. Negative 2x divided by 2 is positive x. 6 divided by negative 2 is negative 3. And therefore, we can write the factored form. We have common factor here, x minus 3, x minus 3. Therefore, 5x minus 2 times x minus 3. And this is the factored form. Next, let us factor the following: 3x squared plus 20x minus 7. Again, this is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c, right? And the leading coefficient a is equal to 3, while the constant term is negative 7. Let's multiply. A times c is equal to 3 times negative 7, which is equal to negative 21. So let's write here negative 21. And write down all the factors. 7 times negative 3. Negative 7 times 3 is negative 21. What else? 21 times negative 1. And negative 21 times 1. And which factor pair has a sum of positive 20? That's 21 minus 1. 21 plus negative 1 is 20. So, let us rewrite this as 3x squared. And then instead of 20x, we will replace it with this one. So now we have plus 21x minus 1x, or simply minus x, and then minus 7. Now let's group. We will group these two terms and also these two terms. Now let's take out the GCF of each group. For the first group, the GCF is 3x. 3x squared divided by 3x is simply x. 21x divided by 3x is 7. For the second group, the GCF is negative 1, or simply negative. So we have x plus 7. We have x plus 7 as common factor. Therefore, the factored form is 3x minus 1. There's a 1 here. 3x minus 1 times x plus 7. Let us factor 2y squared plus 5y plus 3. Now this is still in the form of a x squared plus bx plus c, even though the variable used is y instead of x. But still, the point stands. So, the leading coefficient a is equal to 2, while the constant term is positive 3. Therefore, a times c is equal to 2 times 3, that's 6. Now, let us write down all the factors for 6. We have 2 times 3, negative 2 times negative 3, 6 times 1, and negative 6 times negative 1. Now, the factor pair that has a sum of positive 5 is 2 and 3. Therefore, the next step looks like this. We will rewrite. We have 2y squared, and then instead of plus 5y, we will replace with 2 and 3. So plus 2y plus 3y. And then plus 3. Next, we will group. So let's group these two terms and also these two terms. The GCF of the first group is 2y. Let's divide 2y squared divided by 2y is simply y. 2y divided by 2y is positive 1. For the second term, the GCF is positive 3. 3y divided by 3 is y. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Now, y plus 1 is common. Therefore, the final factored form is 2y plus 3 times y plus 1. Next, let us factor 4x squared plus 5x plus 1. Again, this is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. A, the leading coefficient is 4, so a equals 4, while c, the constant term, is 1. The product, a times c, is equal to 4 times 1, 4. Now let us write all the factors for 4. We have 4 times 1, negative 4 times negative 1, 2 times 2, negative 2 times negative 2. All right? And the factor pair that has a sum of positive 5 is 4 and 1. Now let us rewrite 4x squared. Now instead of 5x, we will use this. So plus 4x plus 1x, or simply x, and then plus 1. Let's group these terms and also these terms. The GCF of the first group is 4x. Now let's divide. 4x squared divided by 4x is x. 4x divided by 4x is positive 1. The GCF of the second group is simply positive 1. So plus x plus 1. X plus 1 is a common factor, which means the factored form is 4x plus 1 and then x plus 1. Let's try one more time. Let us factor 3x squared plus 10x minus 8. Again, this is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. The leading coefficient a is equal to 3, while the constant term is negative 8. The product a times c is equal to 3 times negative 8 is negative 24. Now, let's write all the factors of negative 24. Negative 6 times 4, 6 times negative 4, what else? 12 times negative 2, negative 12 times 2. And the factor pair that has a sum of positive 10 is 12 and negative 2. Therefore, let us write 3x squared, and then instead of plus 10x, use this. So plus 12x and then minus 2x. Let's proceed. Minus 8. And now we will group the first two terms together and the last two terms together. So the GCF of the first group is 3x. Let's divide. 3x squared divided by 3x is simply x. 12x divided by 3x is positive 4. For the second group, the GCF is negative 2. Negative 2x divided by negative 2 is simply positive x, while negative 8 divided by negative 2 is positive 4. So x plus 4 is common again. Therefore, the factored form is we have 3x minus 2 times x plus 4.